y'all, my name is Mallory Paulina from Stay at Home Mallory. I post all kinds of cleaning and homemaking content, and today's video is going to be a clean, organize, and declutter with me. I don't know exactly what I'm going to call it, but something along those lines. I actually already filmed my intro and called it a whole house clean with me because I had planned on cleaning the whole house from one end to the other today. But we started in the playroom and I decided to stop doing the kids' toy rotation because I just wasn't rotating it as often as I should, and I felt kind of bad because some of their toys, they weren't seeing them for a while and they didn't seem to mind, but I just felt kind of guilty about it and I hated rotating them. I loved it, like in theory it was great, but I just hated the actual rotating part of it and didn't do it near as often as I should. So anyways, that was the first thing I did. I already started filming too. I don't know if I said that already. So we started in the playroom. I got all their toys out of the laundry room where I had them. And we went through everything and decluttered a ton, started organizing. It's almost done in there, but I started getting tired. So we decided to take a little break. And that's when I decided we're not doing the whole house today. We are probably, well, we're definitely gonna finish the playroom and we're probably just going to finish up in the main area. But so far, there's been so much progress and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. Like I said, we're doing some decluttering, we're doing some organizing, and then of course, cleaning. So if you guys wanna see that, just stay tuned and we're gonna go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're doing here in the playroom is picking up all of this laundry. This is all clean laundry that I just kind of tossed out of the dryer into the floor, which probably isn't the cleanest. But I'm going to get that out of the way. That way I can start a new load of laundry and then get all of the toys out of the laundry room. And as soon as I pull these boxes out of the closet, the kids are already in them, pulling all the toys out of them. But then back in this corner, we have all the books. So that's what I'm doing here is I'm loading this box of books and then dumping the box on the floor. And then in a second, I just decide to just start tossing all the books over my shoulder into the floor over near the bookshelf. And here I started to go through and like pick up a little bit of the trash in here and put things away, but then I decided to just start with putting the books on the shelf because there were so many toys out and there hadn't been this many toys in the playroom in probably around half a year, I don't remember, but I'm gonna go ahead and just start loading the bookshelf. And I am going to have most of this video sped up pretty quickly because there's a million toys and you can still see me sort through them, but if I didn't speed it up this much, we'd be here for hours. And on that note, I wanted to ask you guys what y'all thought of a real-time clean with me instead of one that is sped up. Maybe like starting in the kitchen or something, probably just one room, that way the video won't be too long, and I'd probably still cut out parts where like if I walk out of the frame for a minute, but otherwise just kind of a real life clean with me, maybe even like not voiceover, so I'll like actually talk to the camera if that makes sense, but that way it's more like y'all hanging out with me while I clean up. I don't know, is that something you guys are interested in? Because I do a lot of like speed cleans, so I didn't know if y'all would be interested in a real-time clean with me where it's, like I said, where you're kind of just hanging out with me while I clean. So let me know in the comments below, are you interested in that or not? And now I'm just going to start shoving every single toy into a box. It doesn't matter what box. Some of them go in these plastic bins. Some of them go in the little bins that go in the cube shelf. I just shove them all in boxes. That way there's not so many on the floor. So then I can go in and go through and declutter a little bit easier so they're not scattered all over the place. It just makes it a little bit easier for me. Now that I've got all the toys up off the floor, I'm going to start with this box here. I'm going to dump it out, and I'm going to go through the toys, and the toys we're going to declutter, I'm going to put back in this bin, and then all the other toys, I'm going to pull them out, and I'm going to start piling them here on the rug, and then I'm going to go through the bins one by one and do the same thing, and then we'll get to the other big boxes, and I'm slowly going to start organizing the toys into these gray bins as I empty them out. I'm going to try and put them in categories like I usually do, but right now, like I said, they're scattered all over the place, so we're just going to go through declutter. We actually do declutter a bunch, and you can see the kids are right here with me. They're helping me decide, and they're completely fine with it. I'm not just throwing out toys that they still like. We are just getting rid of ones that even during the rotation, if they hadn't seen it in a month and they still didn't play with it, that was a good indicator that they didn't really care about that toy anymore. And now I'm going to start taking this giant pile of toys and separating it into smaller piles of categories and kind of experimenting with those categories until I find 8 different piles, because we have 8 bins. So I'm going to try and get, like things categorized together. That way it just makes it easier for the kids to find their toys. I haven't done a Playroom video in a while, but that's what I usually try and do. It just makes it easier for them to find a specific toy that they're looking for. They know exactly where to go. It does make cleanup take a little bit longer for me, but I don't clean up the Playroom every single day anyways. I go in just as needed. That's why I haven't done a video in the Playroom in a while. So to me, it's worth it because it makes it easier for them. They don't have to look through everything and dump everything out looking for one toy. Now all of this pile that I'm working on right here, it's all puzzles that have been just dumped all over the floor. So I'm going to go through and separate each puzzle, and then we're going to get rid of some because we have like 10 puzzles and the kids rarely play with several of them. So we're going to go through and get rid of several of them, and they'll still have plenty to do. And the stuff up on top of the shelf is some stuff that I need to figure out exactly how I want to store it. I've got like some craft stuff, and then of course the puzzles and some books that didn't fit on the shelf. We're going to try and go through the books here in a second too, to try and make a little bit more room. But that stuff I don't get to today, but I'm hoping to find a good organizing method for those. Now I'm going through the books and taking out some of Brooklyn's favorite books because we're going to be setting up her bedroom soon, and I want to leave her a few books in there. And I'm also going to bring like her little Polly Pockets and LOL dolls in there, like her toys we're going to put in her room, and eventually we'll do the same for Elijah too when we set his room up. And now that I brought all the toys out of the closet, we do have a lot of these big toys that don't fit in the shelf anywhere, so I've just got them lined up against the wall, which kind of drives me crazy, but it makes it easy for the kids to play with them. And then right here you can see that I didn't know what to do next, and it was actually about lunch and nap time anyways. So we're gonna go eat some lunch, have a nap, come back in just a minute, and we're going to try and get it at least tidied up in here. We don't get it perfect by any means, but we get it a lot better than it was before. And now all the kids have all their toys out. They've been really happy about that the last couple of days. They've been playing with all their new toys constantly. I didn't really go through all their animal figurines earlier because they just have so many, and I just stuffed them all in the box, but then I decided I probably should go through them, and I took out some that were falling apart or just like super cheap ones, or ones that they had multiples of. They had like 5 of the same exact shark, so I took those out to donate. And then we are going to go through their stuffed animals, and I only take out a couple of those because even though they have so many, they really do play with almost all of them constantly. Now I'm going to take the toys out that we decided to declutter, and we're going to start in the living room. And you can see as I walk into the living room, the camera was moving over. I don't know what exactly happened, and I didn't even realize it had happened until I was editing, but apparently the camera got bumped or something, and it shifted way over to the left, so you can't see what I was doing on the right side, so I had to cut out a little bit of footage there. I didn't really do much over there anyways, but you couldn't see me at all. I don't know why it happened, and I didn't even realize until I was editing, but you could see most of what I was doing. Almost all of it was over here next to the couch anyways. And update on our front door here, you can see it still isn't painted. I don't know why. It takes like 15 minutes to paint one side of a door. It takes no time at all, but we just haven't gotten it done. But anyways, we're gonna move into the kitchen now. It wasn't too bad in here, so I'm gonna get all this stuff picked up real quick. And I had planned on, wiping everything down and doing the dishes like I normally do, but I was losing energy today for some reason. I just wasn't really feeling it. You could see in the living room, I didn't wipe down the coffee table like I normally do. I do wind up wiping down the counters in here because we had smoothies spilled on them, so it absolutely needed to be wiped down. But otherwise, I'm just gonna tidy up, do a quick little wipe down, and call it a day. It's better than it was before. Done is better than perfect, like Tiffany Beeston says. Shout out to her, she's my favorite YouTuber. But anyways, we do get a lot done, just not quite as much as I was hoping to do, but that's pretty much every video. That's nothing new with me. And that's going to be all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you have any video suggestions, because I feel sometimes like I'm pretty repetitive, but I hope you still got lots of cleaning motivation anyways. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye!